Somaliland was a British protectorate for close to 80 years. It attained independence as the state of Somaliland on June the 26th, 1960. The part of Somalia that had been under Italian colonial rule, briefly after that under British administration, and then a UN trust territory, gained its independence 5 days later on July the 1st, 1960. And the two territories then formed a union. Now, those 5 days, I understand, become very significant in Somaliland's case today for international recognition. Somaliland declared independence from the rest of Somalia unilaterally in May 1991, and Somaliland's past since then, of course, has indeed been markedly different.
Somaliland's modern political story begins under British colonial rule, when the territory was administered separately as the British Somaliland Protectorate from 1884 to 1960. During this period, its borders, administrative institutions, and legal identity were distinct from Italian-ruled Somalia to the south. On 26 June 1960, British Somaliland became fully independent, briefly emerging as a sovereign state under international law. In that short window, it received diplomatic acknowledgement from several countries before choosing, only 5 days later, to unite with Italian Somaliland on 1 July 1960 to form the Republic of Somalia, driven by the pan-Somali vision of uniting all Somali-inhabited territories. The union, however, proved deeply problematic from the beginning. Somalilanders later argued that the merger was rushed and never properly ratified through a unified and mutually accepted legal framework. Over the following decades, political and economic power became increasingly centralized in Mogadishu, while grievances in the north intensified. These tensions reached a breaking point during the military regime of Siad Barre, whose counterinsurgency campaigns in the late 1980s resulted in widespread destruction of major cities in Somaliland and significant civilian suffering. When the Somali state collapsed into civil war in 1991, elders, political leaders, and the Somali National Movement convened to declare the restoration of Somaliland's independence on 18 May 1991, citing its prior sovereignty in 1960 and the collapse of the Union. For more than 30 years, Somaliland has pursued a difficult and largely unrecognized path of state building. It established its own government, constitution, currency, security institutions, and democracy.